So today we are going to discuss like some of the questions for the exam preparations. And I am going to give the introduction like how you attempt your exam. So first of all, you need to book your exam from either from your center, or you can also book online. Only the thing is if you will go with your center, so you will get the double attempt and the labs for 45 days, I think. And if you will book by own with online, so possibly you will get a single attempt, but that you can coordinate with your center. So once you will book your exam, then after you need to schedule the exam as well. You can
What is that going with the center? I didn't get that very well.
means you get two options. Either you can go to the Red Hat website and book your exam, or you can contact your center that you want to book the exam. They will ask you some informations. You need to do the payment to the center, and center will book your exam on your behalf for you. So the difference will be if you will go online and book the exam, you will get the single attempt with 16,500 plus tax. If you will go with the center, you may get some discount. It depends on if any like discount is going on or not, but you will get the 2 attempts if you will book your exam from the center in the same price.
The same place means like we have to go to the center to take the exam, or remotely we can take.
No, only booking you need to go to the center, but yeah, you can give the exam anywhere, from home, from or any place. Okay. So let's suppose we've done all these things, and now when we sit into the exam, so in that case, you will get like a virtual machine, and inside that virtual machines, you will have these five VMs will be running. Means there will be one machine, and inside that, these 5 virtual machines will be already running there. Workstation, server A, server B, server D, and server E. You need to fill your email address and all the required informations. Once you will provide everything, you will get the desktop, and on the desktop you will get a icon of the Firefox or the exam informations. You need to click on that part. You will have lots of informations written regarding your exam, like what is your what are the machines you have, what is the IP address of your machine, what is the password of your machine, username, everything is written in your exam in that instruction. So I would suggest you to at least give 10 to 15 minutes to go with all the instructions. There will be 4 hours you have, and approximately 15 to 16 questions will be there. So time will be enough. Only the thing is you need to be very prepared for all the questions, right? So give some time to read the instructions, because that is very helpful to understand the number of systems you have, what is the IP addresses, what is the username already there, what are the packages already installed there. If you need to create a yum repository, so what the base URL you need to use, that is also mentioned in that instructions part. So that instructions are very informative. So go with those instructions 10 to 15 minutes in the initial period of your examination, right? And once you will understand all the instructions, then you can start your exam as well. So the exam will be also there will be some link. When on that link, when you will click, the question paper will be open into your desktop, and once your that paper will be open, then you can start attempting an examination. Then all 5 machines will be there, where these A, B, C, D, E will be your managed host, and workstation will be acting as your control host, right? So you have 2 choice. Either you can log into each virtual machines with the password given into your instructions and do the create all the playbooks and everything, or you can take the remote, means similar to your SSH to your on your base machine of this system, and can you create the playbook. It's up to you, and nothing mandatory. You need to go and solve all these things like this. So all the tasks, all the playbook which you need to do on the workstation.
Sorry, Deepak. Last thing I didn't get. What you said, like SSI is usually you log into the control machine, which is the workstation, and you'll do the performance of task. So you're saying that we can do it on the login to that also.
Yes, means either you can log into the workstation lab.example.com with console and create all the playbooks, or take the remote of this workstation on the desktop. With the desktop which you will get, right? You will get a virtual machine, and inside that virtual machine, these 5 VMs will be there. Are you getting my point?
Yeah. I get that. Okay.
Yeah. So on that virtual machine, you can take the remote Means you can say there will be desktop.lab.example.com. You will get the access of desktop.lab.example.com. And inside that desktop, you will have workstation, server A, server B, server C, server D, server E. So you can take the SSH of workstation.lab.example.com on desktop.lab.example.com and start creating the playbook. This is one option. Or you can log in to your inside your workstation.lab.example.com and then start creating playbook. It's up to you. I would suggest to take the remote. It will be easy to type on all these things. So you can take the remote of workstation on your desktop machine.
A little bit vague, but I'm trying to understand. So the thing is, what I understood is so there will be like a portal that I can go. Usually it will be like different icons. I can click on that icon. I can work on each individual VM. So now you are telling
no, for VMs there will be no any portal. That is what I'm saying. You will get a single portal. Once you will put your username and all the required information, you will enter into a virtual environment. There will be one single machine you will get, right? And from that browser, you will enter into a single machine. And inside that single machine, inside that single machine, you will get a 5 another or 6 another virtual machines.
Okay. So it's like remote RDP you do.
Right. Exactly. So you will get the remote RDP that will be your desktop.lab.example.com. And inside that RDP, you will have these 6 virtual machines.
So, okay. And I have to launch one of the workstation.lab.com to start working on it.
Yes. So inside that
you said
RDP,
the second method, directly log in. How is that possible?
So once you will get the RDP, so you will have the icon to open your virtual machine, right? Virtual machine console. Okay. So you will click that icon, virtual machine console will be open, then you can log into inside your console.
Okay.
That is also the one way. But once you will log into the console, it will be a little bit tricky to type something, right? Copy paste from your question paper and all those things. So it's better to take the remote of take the SSH of your workstation on your RDP machine.
Okay. I got that.
Right? And then start doing. So it will help you to do copy paste typing. It will little bit make your work easier. Right? But it's up to you. I'm just telling with my experience, right? But it's up to you how you can want to create the playbooks and do the tasks. And it means what I have experienced with my experience of the examination, I am telling you that in this way you should perform. That will help you to make your work easier. Otherwise, it's totally up to you how you want to do that. Okay. Now the Ansible package or the Navigator package will be already installed on the workstation.lab.example.com. But in case if it will be not, then we need to install those, right? To install those packages, you will already get the address of repo, which you need to pass in base URL in your instructions. So pass those things and install the package of Ansible or required like Python, Ansible or Ansible Navigator or Vim, in whatever the package you required, you can install from there. Most of the time, this package will be already installed. If any package is not installed, so you can directly install the package. Right? Do all the work with the student user account on the workstation. Means on the workstation, you need to log in with the student. Do all the work with DevOps user account on Ansible managed host. So on all the Ansible managed host, this DevOps user will already exist. You do not need to create that. That DevOps user will already have the sudo access. You do not need to do that. Right? That will be already there. Only the thing is you need to pass the remote user in your config file for the DevOps user. That is what you need to do. Student DevOps and the root password is also given in the exam. Do not change the password. These obviously in the instructions part, all the things will be written. IP address, password, username, everything will be written. But it is not suggest to reset the password or change the password of any of the machine. So this is some instructions you need to go through before starting your examination. Right? Again, this is some kind of instruction. It could be possible that like your Ansible package is not installed, so you need to install that package as well. Mostly it is already installed, but in case it will be not done, then you need to install the Ansible-core and Ansible-Navigator. That the package you need to install that. Or any packages you require, you can install those. Then any
copy paste will work. Usually Control-C, Control-V is
yes, yeah, it will work there. Control-C, Control-V. In terminal control V will not work, Joe. Control Shift V will be work. Control Shift V.
That is a regular thing. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions from the instructions part anyone has?
No, it's just clear. Just if you have any kind of model, at least some picture, like you can tell, like the terminal, it'll be a little bit more easy actually. It'll be more easy actually.
Tell me
And
what you want to see. I can draw that.
see, I log in. They will give some desktop. I log into the desktop. After I log into the desktop, will I have to putty something? So imagine I took OpenStack exam. Right? OpenStack exam. What happened is, you don't need anything. They just said you need to have putty. They gave instruction. You log into the putty and start working on that. So something like a different. I'm not getting this platform actually.
No problem. Let me help you. I will draw that. No problem. It seems okay. Let me open the MS Paint then.
If there is any interrupt between exam, then
normally, if you are giving the examination from your home, so that you need to make sure that there should not be any interruption in your internet, any power capacity or anything. But if you're giving from your means any authorized center nearest to you, so it will be the headache of your center. If anything will happen, they will.
Yeah, that is obvious. They will take care of you everything. Here you cannot claim that my whole city blew up. Also, they don't care.
Correct. But when you are appearing from your home, so it's your like you need to take care of all those things. Anyway, if something is mishappening with your electricity or something, so I means what I can say. Honestly, I'm saying Red Hat will always deny that they are not come to you. Okay, they will give you another attempt, or your one attempt will be get lost.
Now, one thing, something you lost the internet. If you have a phone, the internet, they'll give you 5-10 minutes. You can re-log in and work. That they can do. If the electricity goes for 2 hours, they will not. They will say goodbye.
Yes. More than 15 minutes, I think 10 to 15 minutes.
Their assumption is what I know. An exam, what they say is, suppose you don't know what is there in the exam, and you want to cheat and say electricity went off. That is the main idea behind that.
Correct. So that is what the Red Hat is saying this part. But if you're doing appearing from your nearest center, then it is a headache of your center actually.
I took 10 exams from my home. It was easy. Actually, I have 2 batteries and these things. I have no issues.
Yeah, luckily, I also didn't get any issue. I have also giving most of.
I have 2 internets. I have phones, and I have because I have a server, so I have 2 big UPS. It will back me for at least 4 hours actually. With my server is big. It's a real Dell rack server. So that is the reason I have this power. 4 hours with one fan and tubes and my server. It will run. That's more than enough. That's why I take from home.
Good.
Is it like that? First, we have to give RHCSA, then
yes. For RHCE, RHCSA is mandatory.
Okay. Without that, we can't apply for this.
You cannot directly attempt to RHCE.
Who's that speaking actually? Who's that speaking? Just
speaking with what?
No, the person. No. The thing is, you know that, right? I was asking about RHCSA. So the other gentleman who's speaking, maybe if he's interested, also I also want to book for RHCSA that mock test. You remember we had that discussion, right? So that's why I'm
already have the RHCSA preparation. He was already in that.
Okay. I thought there's one more person. Okay.
So one is already there. Okay. See what happened. I'm going to tell you the whole step by step. The thing is happening during an exam. So first of all, when you will book your slot. So let's suppose I have book my slot on 22nd. So what Red Hat will do, Red Hat will give you one email, approximately 18, 19 or somewhere they will give you the email. They will give some instructions. They will give some, if you want to do it from the home, I'm giving you the instructions for the home actually. Give you some instructions, and you need to have 164 GB pen drive, and it will help you to create one live bootable bootable pen drive with those instructions. You need to prepare this. And now on 22nd, you need to boot your laptop laptop, or desktop, whatever you have, with the live pen drive which you created.
So what
Once
we
you-
have to have a pen drive? I don't understand.
Yes. You should have, means what I tell you means you will get an email, Joe, and here you should have a 64 GB pen drive, and they will give you instructions to create that 64 GB pen drive as a live bootable pen drive. So prepare that. Got the point, Joe?
Oh, I didn't know all this.
This is something new which they have started from when you are doing from the home.
Okay.
Because this is totally lab based. There's no any objective based question there.
Okay.
Right? So
There are-
in Kubernetes, you will get the like browser and you can start doing all those things. But in Red Hat, you need to create one bootable pen drive. They will give the instructions. And it is very easy. It will hardly take 15 to 20 minutes to create that bootable pen drive.
Oh, they'll give you all the instruction what to do.
Yes. A step by with a screenshot. Click there, and ready. Right? So on 22nd, you need to boot your laptop with this live pen drive and or desktop. Then you will be in Red Hat network now. So now this is your desktop or laptop, but it is booted with the live CD or live pen drive, and you are in the Red Hat network now. Inside this, you will get the icon called exam VM. And this is your desktop, right? Its name will be something called desktop desktop 05.lab.example.com. This is your machine, but it is booted with the live CD pen drive, and its name is desktop 05.lab.example.com. Inside this, you will get an icon of exam VM will be written. There will be icon called Firefox, right? There will be another icon. So we have all this icon. And when you will click on exam VM, so you will get sub options. There will be called workstation. There will be server A, server B, server C, server D. So once you click on workstation, so inside this desktop, there will be a VM launch. There will be one VM launch, and its name will be workstation 05.lab.example.com. Similarly, you can click all of the icon. So you will get all the 5 VMs will be started on email. 5 or 6 VM will be started inside this desktop. Right. And then you will obviously get the login prompt. You can log in inside there and start doing the things. Or on this desktop 05, you can open a terminal. This will be similar to your Linux machine, just open a terminal, because this will be your GUI. So on this GUI, open the terminal and do SSH space and root or student @
terminal means okay, this is
prompt.
Linux terminal, not PuTTY, right?
Yeah, not PuTTY. There is no need PuTTY. There is no need window box. All are Linux box.
No. Okay, no. Okay. This is just regular like our Linux
RHEL 9
terminal.
machine. Yeah, RHEL 9 machine. Yeah. So in this RHEL 9 machine, you will open this terminal and take the SSH of your workstation and start creating a playbook. Clear now?
Yeah, now it's very clear. Only the thing is that that a WS workstation OS, when you click on, it will open another desktop inside that, or it will open another terminal. That's what.
No, it's another desktop. It's
okay. So basically, okay. Now I get it. Okay, so in that
it's
again,
a
I have to
KVM
go,
based machine.
again
It's
I
a
have to open
KVM
a
based
terminal.
machine.
That again I have to open a terminal.
Yes. Inside this, it's a KVM based machine, right? Inside,
Okay.
if you want to do work inside this, you need to open a terminal here.
This is like walking from here to something like that. It's shortcut is like you open. Okay.
Correct.
I get it. Now I get it.
Right. Okay. And this is your Firefox. When you will open this, so you will read the instructions, your question paper, everything will be on this Firefox. So you can go with this one. Done?
Yeah, clear, Deepak. This makes clear, because I was not. The thing is, what I was assuming is when you click the workstation, there are some things like I thought it will only open that 6 servers, right? Individually, it will open different terminals. I was assuming.
No, not terminals.
Okay, that's what I was asking. What is the
VMs.
difference between individual opening the terminal and directly
Right.
opening the terminal? Okay,
Right.
I get it.
Actually, you appear Red exam long year back, 2004, 2005, and lots of things has been
No, no,
changed.
I went 2002 January or February. I went. I don't know. You remember one guy was there seeing. There was an issue. The student cut his hand. It was an old guy actually. He was because he used to ask how much years of Linux you experience have. How do you know this problem when you're booting when the password is? How do you know this problem? He used to, and that guy somebody stabbed him in his stomach. And he cut his, I know that. So the guy's name is Singer. I know that we used to sit in one desk center, and he used to, how do you know that this you have to delete this thing and add this thing?
Yeah.
Because morning 4 hours it's troubleshooting, evening 4 hours it's configuration.
Right,
He used to, and so much issues. So
two exams.
and that instructor
Exam.
friend Ankosh is my friend. I said, hey man, Ankosh is my friend. Oh, okay, you work for that company. Other students, he was telling, how do you know in Apache you have to go to virtual hosting and have to do this file? Tell me
that. Yeah. Okay. Come back now. Okay, it's already also login. No worries, I do not need this now. Okay, then let's start with the first question then. So we need to create some static inventory file inside this location and install the required packages. If not installed, right, or mostly they will be installed. If not, then we need to install the boxes, Ansible core, Vim, whatever the package is not there and you need, you can install that. Okay, what I was telling you means we in the current lab scenario, we don't have all these machines. We have controller.example.com instead of workstation. We have server A, server B, and server C. We don't have D and E. So we will create the inventory accordingly. But in exam, they will ask you to make the member of different group. Like you can see, server A is a member of balancer host group. Server B and server A are the member of prod host group. So it could be different, right? It could be server B and server C is a part of prod host group, something like this. So it may vary, right? So just try to understand the way of the questions. Name could be different, group could be different, the servers in the group could be different. These can be varied, right? So just try to understand the concept here, how the questions will become in that part. Server A is the member of dev host group. Server A is the member of test host group. You can see here I am repeating the server name because I have only few servers. But in exam, there will be the different servers in the different host group. Now, prod host group is also the member of web server host group. Yeah, that we need to create in the inventory file. We need to create. Okay, I think okay. We need to create the configuration file. We need to create the inventory location. We need to create the roles directory. There will be one more point to create the collections directory. That also be there in the exam. So we need to create all these directory and put it in our ansible.cfg file. So we need to create all these things. So I have
So basically initially we have to create our infrastructure.
Right. So I have prepared the solution for you as well. You can refer to that solutions also, but I would suggest you to try with your own self by the first go. So here I have write all these things, install the Ansible collections, and these things should be there. Okay, so let's just start with doing all these questions one by one. So here is my control node. Okay, and I have server A, server B, server C. These three machines I have as a managed host. A, B, and C. These three machines I have. Okay. Then I will do all these things in the control node as per the question, as per the exam. So package is already installed in my case. I do not need to install this package.
Just one thing. I mean, this installation, I never seen in any exam they ask us to install.
That is what I'm telling you. They already installed the package. I'm saying if not, do the installation.
Okay, that's a little complicated installing. Okay.
Possible. Yeah. Means we need to prepare for every scenario. That is what I mean to say.
Oh, okay. Because I never seen in any exam they'll ask you to install.
Yeah. Okay, so in that case, now in my case, package already installed. So we need to do everything inside the /home/student/ansible directory. So I'm going to create this folder. So let me create that. mkdir Ansible. Then I need to create the roles directory, which the question is saying, and collections directory. Collections. I've created all these 3 directories, and there's one inventory file it's saying. So I will create Ansible inventory. I will create that. And as per the questions, I will means whatever the questions they are saying, they're asking us to put the inventory balancer group and all these things. So I'm going to copy this, but you can write it by own. Yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry. Let me correct it a little bit.
In exam, we can refer this info man pages, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Is there any like in the in the desktop they have reference Red Hat PDFs to refer?
You have. They will be offline documentation. They will have. Yes, and path will be written in your instructions part, so you can refer to that as well. Okay.
In that one, we have sample YAMLs file also.
I don't think so.
That is what I am asking. Commands, I don't know. I cannot sit and type YAML files.
But it will take very less time though. Means once you will do some practice, so it will be very easy to write. Okay, so I have prepared it, server A, server B, server C. You could see little bit difference from the instructions which I've written in question and which I've set in the inventory file. But as I told you, my motive is I need to set up this inventory as per my machines which I have. That's why I'm created in this way, right? So balancer server A, server B, server C, I've created in this way, and in this web server, I've created this prod as a child group. That is what the ask of this question also. Save this file. Now create Ansible.cfg. Create this file. And as per the questions, we need to put all these default locations in my configurations file. So I can set this as a default inventory, privilege extensions, and all these things in my configuration file. So that is what I'm going to do now.
So the most important question is, suppose I don't know question 1. If I don't know question 1, so I cannot answer the rest of the
means not all, but most of the questions are interdependent in this scenario.
Okay, that is very complicated. Okay, so basically nothing is indeed okay. If I don't know question 5, doesn't matter. You are saying question 5 you don't know, you cannot answer question 10. This is something different.
Yes, okay. They are dependent. Okay, so I have set the configuration file as well. So now I've switched back to my Ansible directory. And now in this case, I have collection, inventory, roles, and Ansible.cfg. So Ansible.cfg, collections, nothing is there, roles, and inventory file. Now, in your solution, I have written the command for relate as well. You do not need to go in the Red Hat. Why I have written this? Because otherwise I need to create the different solution for Red Hat 8 and Red Hat 9. Till the time Red Hat 8 examination is also going on. So just ignore this because you are on Red Hat 9. So refer to this one. Now, means all the questions which we have in this exam, we can do with Ansible command, means Ansible core command, like Ansible-playbook command. We can run this and we can perform this everything. But as it's a Red Hat 9, so it could be possible like you may need to run Ansible-navigator command in some of the cases, right? So Ansible-navigator command would need the registry. Okay, so here we need to log in this, but in exam they will give you some registry where you do not need to log in. You can directly pull the image, right? And I hope you understand this. Directly pull only possible when we have the public or the private register and all these things. So they will keep the image in that way, by which it will be you can pull the image directly without logging. But in my case, here I need to log in my server control host.
Do you mean to say I have to only say podman pool?
Yes, podman full directly. So here, let me do 8.1. I'm logged in now. Now to pull the podman, I would give you one tips there. Means, first of all, if you have installed the Ansible package, then obviously you will be aware that what Ansible package you have installed. Or navigator. Oh, sorry. So it's a 2.2, right? So in that case, you can pull this instead of 2.3, you can pull it 2.2. In exam, it's a 2.3 only. In our case, it is 2.2, but in exam, it will be 2.2 only. So just pull the image based on your Ansible navigator. So I will copy this. And instead of 2.3, if I will pull the higher version, it will also not make any problem for me. So I can do that.
No, question is, they will be very specific what you have to use and not use, right? So
Go ahead.
no. See, you are saying 22 year. This is for our demonstration, but in the exam you have to put 23, right?
Means compared to your Ansible navigator package. If it's 2.2, then you need to pull 2.2. If it is 2.3, then you need to pull 2.3.
But we have 2.2 here, but you have pulled a 2.3.
In our case, I'm saying because it's already there, so it will save our time to pull it. That's it. But in exam,
Okay.
and in your exam is 2.3 as well, Joe, right? In our case, we have 2.2, but in your exam is 2.3. So you will already get the package of 2.3 if it is.
So how long this version will be there from this today? Probably 6 months down the line.
There is no any timelines such defined there, but there is no such difference as well. 2.2, 2.3.
No, why I'm asking is in Kubernetes, every 3 months they are coming with new plan. They keep on changing the environment, but commands it's going to be the same.
Yes.
But I am making sure like today we start at least from 3 to 6 months. We all three are going to take the exam. So this will be there at least till end of this year, right?
Exactly. But that is what I'm saying. Means only these things will vary. Rest of the thing will be very much same.
Okay.
And okay, I pull that. Now, if you want to, or you work with Ansible Navigator, then again, I would suggest you to create your Ansible Navigator.yml package. As I told you, means you can perform all the questions with the direct Ansible command as well, Ansible core command as well. But we did the practice on Ansible Navigator, so you can create this Navigator.yml as well. So let me create that Ansible Navigator. It's the same which we have created earlier. And inside this, I will put all these slides there. Yes.
Any trick is there that we don't need to remember that YAML file? Any trick you can tell me?
Specifically for this, if you want to see this one, so if you are the background of container, then it will be easy to remember this thing for you, because this pulling policy from the container section only, this image is on the container section only you need to remember this two later. That's it.
No, in like in the doc where I can go search something, can you help us like in the doc, like Ansible Navigator doc, not that Navigator, like any command like the man pages where we can
man pages not, but you can refer to this one as well. Ansible Navigator. I forget. Yeah, there is a documentation says something. Ansible Navigator.
Oh, I can refer the Redact documents.
No, it will be there, but in the offline mode. These documents will be there, but in the offline mode. Are you getting my point? What I'm saying?
No, offline mode means how I will access, like a PDF or on the browser or what?
Browser only. So in the instructions, when you read the instructions, they will ask you need to click on this link. You will get the offline document from their part.
Oh, in that I can go search like that.
Yes.
Okay. It's like It's like like a Microsoft documentation when you work offline. Okay.
Configurations. I thought here it is. See, Ansible Navigator. You can match the content there. Ansible Navigator, then execution in everything. Only the thing is you need to little bit explore this. Yeah, here it is. Execution environment. Education environment is there. Image pull policy. That's why I told you. Means if you have the container background, then it will be easy, because this page you will get there, and here you will see this Ansible Navigator will be there. Execution environment there will be there. Image pull policy. Everything.
Like what did he search for? What did he search for in the thing? Like in the top, very top.
Config. I go with the documentation and search for the configuration.
Okay. No, the thing is, I know about containerization, but the thing is, when you sit for the exam, right, you become nervous, and there are so many things are there, right? That is the issue. Reason I'm asking, if I get stuck.
That is what I'm telling you. I'm suggesting you actually do the practice.
So I mean, the Sopan and the other guy, definitely they would have not had containerization. This will be like a real nightmare. Even for me, it looks like, okay, it's not about the syntax or the indentation. It's like the keyword. Even if I say, like while in the training, right, you many times did task, but it was tasks. In the exam, it is very impossible to, is it singular, it's plural, you cannot get anything, right?
I understand. But I'm telling you this thing from my experience. Means once you will do this, the practice of this question, even 5 to 6 times, this thing will be get set in your mind. Actually, your hand will automatically write in this way. That is for sure. But yeah, you can take the help from the documentations also. Okay. Come back to the page then. Save and come out. So now if I will do Ansible -navigator inventory and -i inventory, which we have created, -m std out and --- graph. So graph. So you will be able to see your graph. Remember, during your practice, you can also practice this one, Ansible space and space all space -list -host, that you can, or you can do Ansible -inventory space -graph. That is also command with graph, right? So you already know for Ansible Navigator, we need this file. If you are going with Ansible command only, so we do not need this Ansible Navigator command file there. So you can check with any of the way, right? Any of the way, as either Ansible Navigator or Ansible -inventory command. Both the output will be same. Yes, so that's all for first question, right? Where we need to set our environment and create the inventory file, create the configuration file, and all those things. Now, question 2. Create. Okay, this is for relate. Forget about this. So now create a playbook for yum configuration. Now you need to create the yum on your managed host. You need to create this playbook, and the playbook will have these informations. You need to create 2 repository. Repository 1, the name should be EX-294 something. Description will be EX-29 base software. Content URL will be this. For 9, it will be rel 9 something. GPG signature will be this. GPG URL of Red Hat release will be this. The repository should be enable, and the name of the repository is EX something like this. The base URL means you have all these information there. Now you need to create these in your playbook there. So let's go and create this yum.y.yml. And inside this, let me go there, where it is. First of all, I would suggest you to create this small tips that just so that it will be very helpful to write your YML file. So I will go and create this file. Okay, I have already there. That's fine. Means it is not mandatory, but it will help you to write the YML files a little bit easier. That's all. Yeah, so let me copy this whole YML file now. And then, yes, so it is there. But there is slight changes in this playbook as per the question which I can see. They are saying GPG key should be also there. Good. So let me do that thing. Yum configuration, yum repository, GPG key, GPG check. Yes. And GPG key column will say item.gpg.
Will you include that in the documentation
Yeah,
later?
I will do that because I can see it's missing at that part. So it's a RPM till what? It's a DVD. Okay. It's a DVD slash I think the URL is same for both of the things. Is it DVD, del DVD, GPG? Yes. Okay. That's fine. I have saved this, but let me etc. Okay, so now our playbook is ready then. So put this Ansible and all those things, GPG check.
What did you copy? We didn't understood. Like, what did you
No,
copy?
actually, see, whatever the things you are seeing there, like it's saying that download from there and this from there. So these things you need to prepare from your side because in the exam, it will be already there. So similarly, I have created one server where I have already placed all these things, right? I've already placed all these things. So if you want to do in your case, so I have these 4 machines, so you can create another machine or you can use your control node as a server also. Means this thing in the exam already there. So I created this content.example.com and created all these locations and placed everything in that part there so that I can directly demonstrate in our case.
Exam is already there means like
Yeah.
what? Like what? Like is already there means I didn't get it. Like
Means this location will be already created. It means there will be one machine content.example.com/rel9. This URL will already available. Right here in my case, that file was not available in my server. This one. That's why I copied that. It is not required for me. Okay. Now I can tell you the both option. One is if you are not using Ansible Navigator, no worries. Just use Ansible-playbook and yum.yml. It will also help you to run that. Why it's saying server B. Let's wait for a few minutes. Passwordless authentication will be already created in your exam, but I think in my setup there is some issue. DevOps @ server A, server B, server C. Yeah.
So you mean to say this? They have this SSH keys authentication already, everything enabled.
Yeah, that will be already there in the, yeah. They are saying all the managed hosts, so you can use the name of all the servers there, server A, B, C, D, E, all the servers there. So you can put that name in the host section. And it's saying some, no, why it's giving error. Server B match the task include undefined variable. Okay, I think there's some mistake there. GPG. Oh, here it is. So it means if I will check here, so my yum should work. I do not need to install anything, just verify that. Content.example.com. This is the issue of my server actually. On my server, this repo data all IP failed to download. Is it able to ping? This is all about setup. That's it. I think systemctl status httpd sudo firewall -cmd -list all. Oh, firewall is not running. Then why it is not taking there? RL 9.0. RL 9.0. Spaceless. See now, if you notice, this problem is with my repository, right? My yum server is not configured well. That's why it's giving me this error. Okay, so in exam you will have your yum server will already configured. Only you need to create the yum repo file. So definitely you will not get such kind of problem if you'll put everything correctly there. So yes, so my yum is working now. So I'm okay with the yum. I do not need to install anything. I'm just checking that if it is fine or not. That's it. Okay, so if I will go back to my question, let me scroll it up. Or I have run this command Ansible-playbook. If you will see there, I will run this command, but you can also run Ansible-navigator, right? Run space yum.yml and then -m std out. Why I'm telling you the both of the command? Just because Ansible Navigator will need that Navigator YML file. If you forget that, or if you're not able to create that file, so it will be good to run the Ansible-playbook. So the both command will be do the same functionalities. Okay. So come back to the question again. So it's saying that where it is?
Most silliest question. What is this question about? To trust the remote signatures when we download? Is that the question?
No, it's this question has multiple parts. Means it's saying we need to download, we need to create the yum repo file. Base URL should be this, and key will be GPG key will be this, and it will be download the key from this location and install the packages. That is what the question is. Means you need to create the yum repo file, right? This one, etc yum.repo.d, this file. You know that this file is required to install the packages, correct? So this is created with the help of R. Okay. See, we did some typo there. Just use the correct path as per the exam. In my case, I understand because I'm getting it here manually, but in exam, just go with the correct path. It's 9.0, not 8.0. Right. So we need to create in each manage host. So I have put the name of each manage host in my host section. In this host section, if you will see, again, everything is not required to copy with I am doing, not required to do all the copy with which I am performing here. In exam, either you can do A, B, C, D here, or you can find out any group. That group has all the server's name, right? It's up to you. Means if in any inventory file, instead of server ABC, I can use balancer, dev, or I can use balancer and the prod group. So how you are making entry of your host file, it will depends on you. I think it is the simplest way. That's why I'm writing here. So I will track this, what are the group I have, and accordingly I will make entry there. So instead of that, I'm directly typing the A, B, C, D, E. I'm typing that point. Okay, that's all for this question. Any doubt from this question? Question number 2. Okay, then come to the next question. It's saying install packages. Create a playbook called home student ansible package.yml and perform the following task. Install the PHP and MariaDB on host in dev, test, and prod host group. Install the RPM development tools package group on host dev in the dev host group, and update all the package to the latest version on the host in dev host group. So that is the ask of this question. Okay, so we need to install all these packages. So we need this package.yml. So let me create that package.yml. I will go and create this package.yml. Let me copy this, then I will explain you what it is actually. Yes. So as per the question is saying install the package PHP and MariaDB package on host in dev, test, and prod group. So dev, test, and prod. I put the host group name there. But remember, in our case, test has server D, right? And which we don't have, right? So I will remove this one. I will use only dev and prod. Now install RPM development tools group package group. It's a package group. It's a yum package group. So it's a group there and it need to be installed in dev host group. So I will use this dev host group. Then it's saying that update all the packages to latest version in dev host group. So here it is the star latest and it is the same host group. That's why I've created the another task. If you will notice, these are two separate play. This is play number 1 and this is play number 2, right? Why? Because this need to perform on different host group. This need to perform on different host group. So I've created two different play, but this task need to perform on same host group. That's why I keep into the same one play. Right, so two play I have created, one for the dev and prod, one for the dev, and installing all these packages. Come out, Ansible hyphen navigator, run hyphen, sorry, package.yml, and then hyphen m std out. Either we can run this one, or we can run Ansible hyphen playbook. Any of the command will work fine. Dev has server B, prod has B and C. Oh, where the A is. Okay, A is the balancer. Okay.
So it's going to check upgrade on all the packages, right? If it takes time, we have to move to the next question, or we have to wait this question to complete.
Wait for this question. Means you can create the playbook meanwhile. There's no any problem. And then for next question, you can start creating the playbook. Right? Got my point?
Yeah.
Okay. So it has been done now. So it installed the RPM, all the package and everything and on this respective host group. So that is done there, server B and server C. We do not have test host group. That's why I removed that host group from my playbook. Okay. Any questions at this point? Okay, this is what your instructions means. This RPM development tools, if you will go any of the managed host, and however the concept of Linux, but let me show you group list. So you can see this RPM development group. So in my playbook, I have written this RPM development tool. So if you are wondering like, or you forget from where I can find out this name, so on any of the machine, you can run this command, yum group list. So it will show you the group name. From here, you can copy that. Only the thing you need to use @. That's important. @ and this group name. This group name. Okay. Now Ansible content collection. Location of collection inside this means in exam, there will be already collections will be placed in these locations. We need to install these collections from this location for 6 community general from this location, right? So we have two options. Either we can create the requirements.yml inside the collection file, or we can use Ansible Galaxy collection install and P and the collection folder and the name of the collection. No, I mean the full path of the collection. Any of the way we can use that, right? Let me go with the requirements.yml. So what I will do, I will create, let me copy the name requirements.yml. And inside this file, I will open this, copy this collection name, put there. right? So just copy paste the whole location from your question. So it's saying that this is the location and this is the name of collection. So this location and that collection name I'm written there. Now save this, come out, and then after run the command to install this collection. -p collections. Done. Right? I have means in our questions we have 2 collection name. Possibly in exam it could be 3 or 4. So just the thing you need to use all the name in your requirements.ym. Okay. Any questions at this point? Okay.
That questions are there like Q5. Can you next time with the documents, can you make it bolder? So it's very easy to scroll down.
Here it is.
No. The Q5, then like Q5, Q4, that one.
Okay. This one.
You
Okay.
can make it bolder and give one space so it will be very organized.
Okay. Yeah. Now use the rel system role. Okay. For that part, this is the question paper actually. The question where all the questions are mentioned there. See?
Okay.
Right? And this is the solution.
Okay.
Right. Anyway, use rel system role. Install the rel system tool package. Remember, in my questions, I have written this package name, but in exam, they will not give you the package name. Okay. You need to memorize what is the name of this package. So rel system tool package and create the playbook called home student ansible timesync.yml. Run on all the manage host, use a timesync role, configure the role to use the currently active NTP provider. They will give you some provider IP address, NTP address, or the classroom.example.com, and configure the role to enable the IBus parameter. So we need to install this package, use this role to synchronize our date and time on all the managed host. Is it? All the managed host. Right? So that is what we need to do. So for this question, first of all, we need to install the packages. Where it is. Let me go back to my terminal. Sudo yum space install space rel hyphen system tools or roles. What is it? System roles. Oh, in my system, yum is not configured. Again, this is the problem of my system. In my system, yum is not configured. So let me quickly configure the yum. yum.triple.dpkg.repo. What I will do, I will copy this from different machine to my machine. Once this package will be installed, you will, we missed one thing there. Let me scroll it up. Okay. We missed one thing. See, we have not verified this question, right? Is my collection is working fine or not? How we will verify that? So to verify that, we need to check Ansible-navigator collections. Verification is required. So whenever you perform the answer, just try to verify that is it performed correctly or not. What come into my mind actually. So if you will see, we created the collection, but the problem is let it be there. It do not have that POSIX is there. No. Oh, it is there. Good. Yeah, so this Ansible dot POSIX and community.general, these two should be available there. So remember that point. So just verify this thing as well once you will done with this. Okay, come back.
There were two postfix. What is that? There were two postfix. One is on the local directory, something.
Is it? Could be possible. There is one USR share and there is something which we have. So that's fine because this is coming from USR share and Ansible collection, but that one we have installed in our collection folder. So it's coming from there. So I will be like what we can say, more focused on this one, which we have installed. It should be available in my location. Right? Okay. Then come back to the question. So where it is? System raw. So we have installed the package. Now, once we install the package, let's try to see Ansible Galaxy list, Ansible-Galaxy list. You will not able to see any of the roles at this moment, right? But we have installed the roles there. Okay, so where it goes, the why we are not able to see any of the Ansible roles, because in our CFG file, we pass the path Ansible/role, right? So we need to pass the path of that role, that is ls, I think USR local Ansible, is it? No, I forget that. What if I forget that? No problem. Just come out one step back and run this Ansible Galaxy list, and it will give you the path. Right? So again, come to our folder cd Ansible, because our Ansible.cfg exists in current folder. So just come out from that folder and you will find out the path there. Now, if I will do Ansible.cfg, then I can set the path there. Done. If now I will try to see Ansible Galaxy list, so I should be able to see all this. Okay, so done now. Roles path, we have set this Ansible roles and Ansible roles directory. And in Ansible.cfg, we have that roles folder set. Galaxy list we will able to see. Now you can read the README file to do this question. And as per the instructions, just copy the things from here. Simple, right? Come out. And in exam, they are saying to create what? They are saying to create timesync.yml. So create that. Vim home student Ansible time sync.yml. Paste it there. So as per the exam, it should be on all managed hosts. So I will put server A, server B, and server C, right? And TP server name they are already saying classroom.example.com, classroom.example.com. iBurst, yes. Remove all these two host name and use the role rel-system-roles.timesync. Right? Let me quickly match this as well. Host all where timesync and TP server host name roles. That's fine. Timesync and TP server iBurst roles, this one. Now this is something additional. We do not require as per the question, because in this question they are not saying us to set the time zone. That's why I'm not writing this. But if they will ask, that you need to write this as well. Come out, save this file, and now try to run this Ansible playbook timesync.yml or Ansible navigator. Any of the command you can run. Ansible-playbook. Okay, in my case, I do not have any NTP server configured on the classroom.example.com. So, but I will show you the file. It will modify the file, but my time will be not synced because I do not have any NTP server right currently. Let it be complete. I will show you. So if I will go back to my any of the managed host, see crony.com. So it is there, right? But obviously in my, it is not synchronized. CHRONY sources. See, not synchronized at this moment because I do not have any NTP server configured. Yeah, any questions at this point, anyone?
It is not synchronized. Does it not throws any error or something? It's not synchronized.
That's why it's not putting the name in, right? If it will synchronize, it will give you the name of server.
The server is classroom.example.y.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay. Next question will be install roles using Ansible Galaxy. Use Ansible Galaxy with a requirements file called home student ansible requirement.yml to download and install the roles in the roles directory from the following URL. And name of the role should be balancer. This role should be balancer. And name here should be PHP info. So we need to create this requirements.yml. So let me create that requirements.yml. So this question is to install the roles. So I will go and create this requirements.yml. And I will copy the location, right? You can copy the location from the question as well. Just copy and paste in your requirements.yml. There it is. Save, come out, and I can do Ansible Galaxy install -r requirements.yml -p and roles. That's it. So if you will see Ansible Galaxy lists, so it should show our roles as well. Here it is, balancer and PHP. Simple. Any questions with this one? Okay. Now this question is a little bit not tricky, but little bit lengthy. Create and use a role. Create a role called Apache in roles folder with the following requirement. The HTTP package is installed, enabled boot and started. The firewall is enabled running with rules to allow the access to the web services. Template file index.html.j2 exists and is used to create var www.html index file with the welcome to host name on IP address. The content should be this one. Host name is the host name of machine, right? And IP address means IP address of the machine. Your host name is the FQDN and IP address is the IP address. Create a playbook called this new role.yml and use this the following rule as the follow. The playbook should run on the host and web server host group. So what is the web server host group we have? Web server has prod. Okay, that's fine. So we need to create that. We need to run that playbook in the web server host group. So first of all, we need to initiate the Galaxy. Here we can go and run the command roles. And what is the name of roles is? There is a role name called Apache. APACHE Apache. Right? It's created now. The tree has been created there. Now, as per the questions, we need to create some files in the main.yml that will be install the package, start the services, right? So if you will see, we have task main.yml here, task main.yml, go there and write your whole task there, install httpd, yum, services and all these things. However, we can create the other file as well as we do in our during our lab, but it's here I would suggest to just save your time, just put all the entries there. It is not mandatory, means I'm not saying you that only this way. You, if you want, you can create a separate file and include in the main.yml. I'm going to create everything inside the main.yml for this time, right? So let me copy this whole task there. Create index.port. Yeah, so I will copy this whole thing, come back to my, yes. Let me compare with the question. So as per the question, it's saying HTTP package should be installed. So here the HTTP package is installing, name HTTPD, firewall-d also should be installed. It is going to install there. Service is going to start with HTTPD and the firewall-d. Then it's saying a template file should exist. We need to create this template file and it should create var.html index.html. So see, we are using index.html.j2. We need to create this file. We will create that soon. And it's create this index.html. And then it also saying the firewall should enable running and allow access to the web servers. That is what we are doing in the HTTPD, adding there. Now we need to create this file index.html.j2. Save this, come out, and it is a template file. So we need to create an Apache template folder. And here we will create index.html.j2. Come down here, we can create this one. Create this file and put the entry. Okay. If you will see the question, so in question, they are saying, let me go back to the question. In the question, they are saying, index.html should have welcome to host name on IP address. So welcome to host name, right, on IP address. So it will automatically fetch the host name and the IP address with the help of facts. Done. Save this file, come out.
If they don't give that facts thing, how we have to run the facts and
Say again.
that welcome to thing. I know welcome to facts is like we have to run enable facts and collect this information, something like that.
It will automatically fetch that, right?
No. This syntax is already there. If we want to us to write on this thing, so we have to run the enable, run the facts and collect this, and have to add.
That is what I'm saying. We do not need to do that explicitly. When you will run in this playbook, so it will automatically fetch the facts and replace the value. Explicitly, we do not need to fetch anything, right? Okay. But if you want to memorize the syntax, then in one terminal you can fetch the fact and you can find out the syntax there. Means what is the absolute path will be there. For that purpose, you can fetch it. Otherwise, we do not require that. Okay, that's done. Now they are asking us to create a new role where we should use this Apache role. So let me do that. New role.yml. Yes. And inside this, we'll put this role. And web server host group. So that's done. It will configure. I put the web server host group there. Then I can run ansible playbook or ansible navigator run command anything. It will gather in the facts. Install httpd. Start the service. Done. So if I will do curl http:// server A, why it's not server A, sorry, B, so it's showing me, right? Server b.lab.example.com on IP address C and IP address. Any questions? Anyone has? Now, the 8th question is, use the role from Ansible Galaxy, create a playbook called deploy-haproxy.yml. Playbook contain a play that runs on balancer host group. Okay, that runs on balancer host group. And use the balancer role. So we already installed the balancer role in some of the questions before. So we need to create this playbook and it should use this one. Okay. So first of all, let's do one by one because this question is a little bit lengthy. So we'll do it one by one. So I will come back to the controller and it's saying deploy haproxy.yml. So I'm already on this location. So we'll create this file, deploy haproxy.yml. And it's saying this should be on balancer host group. So I will use this. Seems indentation is not good with this one. Roles, and that's it. Right? That is what the first ask of this question. Playbook contains the play that runs balancer host group and use balancer roles. That we did. Save this. Come out. Then it's saying this role to configure load balancer web server request between the host in the web server group. Means what this role will do, this role will set up a load balancer between the web server source group. Then how we define that thing? So for that, what we need to do, we have already installed the roles. So what is the roles name? Balancer. So go to your balancer roles. There will be var and main.yml. So if you will see there, so you can notice the haproxy app server, right? So here we need to replace it with the, because as per the question, it's saying this should be configured load balance between web server. So what the group, what the host we have in the web server. So in web server, we have prod. Prod means server B and server C, right? So we need to change it to server B.example.com and its IP address is 172.24.0.17 and server A and the IP address is
Port is 8080.
Is it? Port is only 80, not 8080. Port is only at 172.24.0. What it is? 17 or 6? No, it's 18. And it's a 17 and 18. Yes, server. No. Server B and server C, right? Prod has server B and server C. Let me verify this. So server B and server C. Okay. Server B it is, yes, 17. And server B, C it is 18. Yes, fine. Now here it is. This will be the address of your load balancers. So my load balancer is what? My load balancer is 172.24.0.16. That is my server. Okay. And it's saying whatever is coming on 80, I can leave this as it is, I think, because it's coming on 8080. Let me see from the question what it's saying. Browsing. Browsing to the host in the balancer host group. If we will type server A dot this, then it should give server B and server C. So that's fine then. We put the server A address there. and 8080 port number will be there. And as per the question, when we are browsing HTTP colon server A, which is a load balancer, colon 8080, then it should be give output server B sometime it should give server C. Right?
So what we that HA proxy that we installed, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, as a proxy. This role means this role is doing. So this role is actually creating a HA proxy on the top of web server, self-server host group. Right? Save this, come out. Okay, what else in this question? I'm doing a step by step because it's a little bit lengthy question, so I'm doing a step by step. So first is ask me to create this playbook. So I created that. It asked me to include host group balancer. I did that and use the balancer role. So I included the balancer role. Then it's saying that this role is actually created in such a way that it should balance the request between web servers. So for that, we already make the changes in var file, and then it's an instruction, something like when we will browse our load balancer. So first, maybe sometime it will give server b.example.com, sometime it will give server c.example. Okay. Now the playbook contain what it is. Yes, the playbook contain a play that run on a web server host group. And use PNP info role. So this playbook will contain, let me go back to this playbook again. And it's saying this playbook contain a play that run on web server host group and use PNP info role. Okay. So let me do one thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4YY, paste it. And we'll say, what is the name of this? PHP info role. Deploy PHP info role on web server host group. And here I will put web servers, right? And role, what is the role they are saying? PHP info, which we already installed, right? Save and come out. Okay. Now browsing to host in the web server host group with URL /hello.php means if we try to hit server b.example.com/hello.php, so it should produce hello PHP world from FQDM. For example, if we will hit something like this, so output should be hello PHP world from server b.example. So for this, what we need to do, we have the variable file as means template file for this roles PHP info template hello.j2, right? We need to append or add this hello.j2 where we need to pass, see, this is right, echo web message from Ansible FQDM. So it's already there, right? So once it will run, it's a hello PHP world. So hello, here it should be hello PHP world from FQDM. So it's already there. Only the thing is we need to pass the value of this variable. That's it. Are you getting my point? Means this hello.php should print this whole statement. Hello PHP world from FQDM. So when I open the template file of PHP, when I open the template file of hello.j2, so what I notice, from FQDN, it's already there. Only the thing is we need this statement. And it means we already have this web message variable. We need to pass the value of this variable. So how we pass the value of this variable? So either I can use the defaults or the var folder. So I will go in PHP info and go to vars and main.yml. Come there and define the value. That's it. Web, what was that? Variable is web message. And value will be hello PHP world. Right? If you're wondering how would I know that hello.j2 file is used for template file, so I have two answers. Number one, because this is obviously this is a template file. J2 has a template file. The template file always exists in the template folder. Or you have roles PHP info task folder inside this task folder, you can open the main file. So you can see including the hello.j2 file, right? So as per the question, what it's saying we need to create another means the playbook that also contain the play which should use the PHP info role, that which already I did, means this playbook already had this section now, and it's saying it should use PHP info role, that I did. Now when this should be executed, then whenever we browse the web server /URL/hello, so it should print something like this, like web server should print like this, web server should be print like this, right? Along with various detail of the PHP info, include the version of the PHP that is installed. It will also show you the PHP version of which PHP version is installed there. So for that, we have done with our playbook now. I will run this playbook. Meanwhile, if you have any doubt with this question, please go ahead. I did it step by step, but still, if you have any confusion or doubt, I'm ready to answer that. No? Okay. Then let it be complete. Oh, shit. What it said? It seems some issue with my role, is it? Roles, balancer. Just a minute. Grep. Okay, what is the error? It's saying server A, June internal service 16 Ansible loop where item chains for Ansible item source parameter are mutually exclusive ICMP port protocol. Is it? It seems fine. Seems fine. Why it is giving me that error? Mutually exclusive. Kernel June. Parameter mutually exclusive ICMP block version service protocol. Okay, so here it is giving the error, means it's changed the port number. Ensure firewall source configs. Okay, here it is some problem. So it's saying source June permanent item loop firewall rule. Just a minute, huh? Let me see if any issue is there in my. Yeah, so firewall rule. Seems some problem here. ST 172.24.0.16. 16 is my server A. TCP It seems fine. Why it is giving me error then? Source, this parameter are mutually exclusive. Which parameter? Ansible server. Zone it is internal. Okay, service HTTP. Source this one. Okay. And 16. Okay, then it's taking the value from service. Fine, service is HTTP. Source is this one, zone is this one. So it's saying some parameter which is mutually exclusive means either we can use that one or this one. The meaning of the statement in this. So item chain service means service has HTTP source and zone has internal. Okay, okay. Just a minute. 1 minute. 255.
This is the problem, right? If this question doesn't work, we cannot move with other questions, right?
Nah, this is actually not dependent on any other questions. This is individual questions actually. But this is not the problem with the but problem is the roles which I have created. In exam, you will already get the role there, so don't worry about that. Here, I have created this role to create some exam scenario, but it seems some problem with my roles here. Still, it is saying some mutual. It's a 0.16 internal and port. Okay, okay. Is it something? Let me see, just a minute. Ansible, go there where www.html. Okay. Balancer. Then what it is? It is var main.y. Ansible HF proxy. Firewall rule, inserting firewall source configuration, so firewall sources configuration, and now it's getting failed. So it means sources configuration, source zone permanent state service immediate port. Source is required, zone is also required, permanent state is also needed, and default enabled. Zone is defined. Item.zone. Item.zone. Then service, yes. I got it. I got it. Problem is, in my role, I have defined service and port both. And your firewall D either can take service or can put, not both one. That is a problem. Means with my role, right? That's the problem with my role only. So if I will comment it out this service, because I do not need service at this moment. Now if I will run, right? That is the problem.
What is service? What is port? Services say Apache, port is different, right? Both are different.
Service is HTTP and port is 8080. So in one firewall rule, either you can mention port or you can mention service. If you mention service HTTP, so it will automatically take port number 80. But here we need to do 8080. So we need to remove the service part. Okay, so this has been done. So go back to the question. And if I will do curl http:// server a.example.com, server a.example.com, connection refused. Is it not added in the firewall? Let me see. Sudo firewall -cmd -. List all. It's not added here. One thing possibly we need to change to make it successfully run. Public permanent HTTP source zone conflict. I'll make this change in the solution as well. I think there is zone equal to internal. The error was it's saying that this source is already added in the internal, so it will not able to add in the public zone. Item already bounded to the June permanent. Still, is it still bounded there? Firewall hyphen. It's still there. Why it has not removed? 6. I remove source June. Oh, here we have not used the sudo. That's why I think. If I will see this time, so it should be removed. Ah. Still not, still refuse. Eight zero 80. I will take a note to modify this in the solution part. Everything is fine. This is also fine. Here I need to add. Okay, see, I write the correct thing there. Here it is correct, but we make wrong changes in the file actually. See, as per my solution, we need to change the roles, balancer, vars dot and main dot yml. We do not need to make any change at this place. See, but we make changes there, and that's why it's get failed. Because if we didn't make any change at this point, so it will not going to add in the internal zone, and we make changes though it's get failed there. So I have written in the solution correctly, but while performing, I did the mistake there. I changed this section also, which I do not need to do. So go with the solution then only, right? In the solution, the steps have been written, so just follow this one. Okay, this is the first part of the question. First part of the question, this up to this one. Now here it's saying if we run server b.example.com/hello.php, so it should print curl server b.example.com/hello.php. But it will be hard to look into this command line. So let's do one thing. Open the browser and put the IP address of server B. Server B. / what was that? Hello.php. Hello.php. Okay, so it's fine now. Hello PHP world from this, and also show the version. Right, this is the second part of the question. I know I did some troubleshooting because this is the problem with I didn't follow the correct step there, so that's why we stuck in some of the problem, but we did a step by step. If you anything messed up in your mind, let me know. I will try to clarify this as well. Anyone?
No, that's fine. Anyway, we'll go through the video one more time.
Yeah. Okay then. Question number 9. Create and use a logical volume. Create a playbook called student ansible lvm.yml that should run on all managed hosts that does the following. What? Create a logical volume with this requirement. The logical volume is created in research volume group. The volume group named is data. The logical volume size is 1500 MIB. Format the logical volume with the ext4 file system. If the requested logical volume size cannot be created, then the error message could not create logical value. Means, let's suppose if someone trying to get 1500 MB, but the volume group does not have that much size. If that is the case, then it should print the message could not create the logical volume of that size. It should be display like volume of that size should be display and size 800 MIB should be instead. So it will print the message you can 1500 MIB should not be created. You can only create it 800 MIB of LVM. That message should be printed. If volume research does not exist, the error message volume group does not exist should be displayed. Does not mount the logical volume in any of the way. We do not need to mount it anywhere. If you will see the solution, so we create this logical volume. Let me write it, then we'll explain it one by one. So I will go and create this lvm.yml. Let me paste the content first of all. Okay, it asking us to perform it on all of the machine, but I am going to perform it on server C because on server C I have one additional disk SDA, right? So I will do it on the server A. Sorry, server C. So I will use the server C. Ignore error. Yes, var size I put 1500 MIB, and it's saying that to check VGS is present or not. So how to check the VGS present or not? We have a command model. With the help of that, we will use VGS research and VGS research, and this we will store that output in VGN_status command, right? So let me do one thing. Let me tell you this step by step, how it will going on. Okay. So we are going to check this volume group exists or not, right? So we'll save this. and run the command ansible-navigator or ansible-playbook, anything, to see what it will print. Yes, it's saying it's not found. And see the advantage of writing ignore_error. We can pass this ignore_error here as well, but I'm passing there. If you didn't pass at this point, so my playbook get failed. So due to this statement, it run till the end, right? And it say it's not present, right? Now, if it is not present as per the question, what is saying? Let me go to the question. The question is, if volume research does not exist, the error message volume group does not exist should be displayed. That should be the thing. So see, for this statement, if I will open this file again and will comment this section now. So what this will do? It will say error message volume group does not exist only if VG status is failed, right? So VG status is failed means this volume group does not exist, then it will print this message as well, right? Let me come out and run this playbook again. So this time it should print the message as per the question. Yes, it does not exist, right? But in your exam, that volume group always exists, right? So let me do one thing. What I can do, I can LVVG, it's creating a logical volume. So let me create it quickly. cd sudo pv create /dev/sta sudo vg create /dev/ sorry, what is the name of volume group? Is research, SEARCS, research, and /dev/sv. Right now, if I will run this playbook again, so it should not print the message volume group did not exist. Skipping this. Why? Because I have that volume group. The whole playbook I have written there, but I just want to tell you step by step how the things you need to write there. Okay, so it's done. So volume up. Now we need to create the volume group inside the research volume group. So now I will go to my lvm.yml and I will uncomment this. Right? So what it will do? It will create the logical volume. Right? But when VG status is not filled, it will create the logical volume only when this VG state is not filled. Means if the volume group does not exist, then this task will be not going to perform. But in our case, VG status is not is there. Volume group is there, so this task should be executed. Then uncomment this one, and what it's saying error message logical volume is not created. Could not create the logical volume if LV size 800 should be instead. And when it will be LV status is insufficient free space, if you will found in this variable, then it will print this message. Means, let me do one thing. I'm going to write it like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This much MB I want to create it. Right? Now let's see what will happen. Gathering facts, creating logical volume. See, it had a statement insufficient space. Right? And that is what we have written in our playbook. What we have written? So if LV status, this LV status is failed and insufficient free space in the LV status error. In LV status error. Right? We have insufficient space. Then it will print could not create the logical volume. See, could not create the logical volume. Right? and then it will format it. So it will only format when LVM status is not failed. When means once LVM is created, then this will format the LVM. See, it's all about the case, right? If you like went through the conditions which we discussed during our session, so go with that as well, right? So now let me change it to $800, right? So this time it should create this. Come out, run this. Done. Okay, so that is what this question. Any confusion with this question, anyone? Okay, then. Next question. Generate the host file with following requirement. Download this J2 file to /home student Ansible folder and complete the template file so that it is used to generate a file with a line of each host in the same format as etc host file. Means we need to create a template file which should generate the host file in the same format. Means IP address should be there, then host name, FQDN, and then the host name will be there. Create a playbook with this name that use this template and generate a file etc my host on the host in the dev host group. In dev host group. When run the playbook, the file etc my host on dev group should have the line for each managed host, something like this. Right? So it should generate this one and it should contain the entry for all the hosts which exist in that host group. So do one thing. First of all, let's download this file, whatever the question is there. And go to our folder and download this file. Now start changing this file. Where it is? Yes. Download this file. And in this J2 file, we need to add our Jinja template, right? So just copy all those things. If you know how to create the Jinja template, just that's fine. Otherwise, just you need to do the little bit extra practice while writing the Jinja template there. So open this file, host.j2, and here you can see all this entry, but in exam, you will not see any of the entry. You need to create it from scratch, remember, right? So do the practice for how to create this inventory Jinja template. I will remove this line and we'll keep this line as well, because in the example it's saying me it should be print something like this. See, so I will keep those line and then make this entry. So dev host group, then host where server D. No, we will call it as the host, right? So whatever the group we have in the dev host group, it will take the value from there. So this is how you need to create the template file. Then we need to create
Question,
host.
Deepak.
Yeah.
I know you thought about Jinja template. Why in the exam is also like in the production they use a lot of Jinja templates only?
They are using, means Jinja template is a specific purpose, right? Not only this host file. If you notice, we used it in the during Apache as well, during multiple places we are using. So Jinja template is actually helped in the production also to create the template file, and the values will be changed accordingly based on the variables, right? So I hope you got your answer, right?
Yeah, I got it.
In this file, okay, it seems some indentation issue. Let me correct it a little bit. Template. Source destination. Yes. So to go into the dev host group, so I put in the dev host group, then Ansible -playbook and run this one. So what is in dev host group? Let me see. Okay, in dev host group we have server B. Uh-oh, we have some problem deploying, could not find the access files are understood. So we give the path of files, but as per the questions, we have downloaded into the current folder. Let me go back to the question. Question is saying that download it into etc host and student Ansible. So we put the wrong path. So now I've corrected. If I will rerun this. So gathering the facts for server, we know still host where host. By host.j2 star for host. Okay, I need to put server 8. Just a minute, what it is written there? It's written oh, okay. We do not have server D, right? We have server B. Sorry, I mistyped there because we already have server A, B, C. So just replace this server D with server B only. It should work this time because we did put the wrong server name. Yes. So if I will go to server B and check my file etc my host, yes, so it has the value in the similar way. So this question was to create the host file by using template files. Okay, another question. Yeah.
Kind of a silly question.
Mhm.
So I know this, I don't know, like how, so validation of whether you did the thing. Suppose I write this file and I do SCP, what will they do? We find it out.
Actually, it will check the playbook, Joe. You should...
Okay.
Playbook will exist, then accordingly they will mark you. Now modify the file content. Create a playbook with this name. Playbook run on all managed hosts. Okay, fine. The playbook replace the content of etc issue file with a single line. Okay, and single line is what? On host of dev host group, the line reads development. Okay, in test host group it should test, and in production host group it should production. Fine. So what we will do now, first of all, let's create the file issue.yml. Issue.yml. Now, if you will see this, simple actually, let me copy this first of all, and then we'll see, tell you what it is actually. It's all about the magic variable, which we discussed sometime. So as per the question, it should be print on all managed hosts. So instead of all, I will use server A, server B, server C, right? Now, development means I'm using this in issue file, and it is a single line content. Development in the dev host group as per the question. Let me go back to the question again. So it's saying dev host groups has the word development. So development, I'm using the content because the single line, that's why using copy and content there. And test group should have test, test group should have test, and prod group should have production. Oh, but we do not have test group, right? We do not have test group. Let me do one thing. What I'm going to do here, in the test group, I'm going to put the server A, right? Because we do not have server D at this moment. So I make these changes. So based on inventory host name in dev group, it will replace or it will put the value development in all the host name which exist in development host group, test in the test host group, prod in the production prod host group, right? It's all about the magic variable. Then we'll do Ansible playbook and run this one. So it should replace the value. Yeah, development is skipping because server B is in development. Test is skipping because server A is in test. Production, server E is skipped because server is in a test one. So B and C. So if you will go back on server A and you see etc issue file, so you have test because it is our test group. Server B, if you will see here, issue file, so you can see production because it exists in production, right? And same for the server C as well. In our case, development has server B and server B also exists in production. That's why it's replaced the content. Otherwise, server B should only have the development, correct? Server C should have the production. But in our case, we can see server B has a production. Why? Because in our case, we have the server B in production and the development both. So that's why they replace it. Okay. So that is what we need to content the file based on the host group which we have. Any question with question number 11? Okay, then. Create a web content directory. Create a playbook with this name, webcontent.yml. Playbook runs on the managed node in dev host group. Okay. It should create a directory /webdev with the following requirement. Member in web dev group. Membership is in web dev group. It has regular permission. Owner should have this, group should have this, and others should have this. And special permission of group set group ID. Now create a symbolic link of web dev, means /webdev has a symbolic link in var/html webdev, and create a /webdev index.html with a single line of text content development. And when we browse it /webdev, so it should produce the output like development. Need to check if the web dev group exists or not. It depends on your exam. So it could be possible your web dev group may not exist or may exist. If it exists, that's fine. Otherwise, sometimes they also ask for the Apache instead of web dev. They may ask for the Apache group. In case of web dev group, in that case, we do not need to create Apache group. It's already there by default, right? In place of web dev group, in that case, we do not need to. Yeah. So if we have Apache group, then we do not need to create that because Apache is already there. If web dev is there in your question and it does not exist, then you need to create that. Simple. Apache comes with HTTP package. So we do not need to create that one, but web dev, you need to create it. Okay, come to the solution now. Let me copy this content first of all. Then we'll see this. What is the name? What is the name? Webcontent.yml. Webcontent.yml. If it already exists,
the dev group, are you talking about the file permission on the group, or what is that group actually?
It's a simple group which you need to, it's that your directory should be owned by that group.
Okay, directory group permission. Okay.
Right? You can verify it from your system if a group is exist. If it is not mandatory, if you write this statement there, if the group is already there, so it will not going to create it. So I would suggest to write this statement either group exists or not, because it will not going to recreate it, right? So yes, now mode will be this one, UGO. We can do this in this part as well. or we can directly use 2755. It's up to you. Anyway, we can do that. Now context level, because it will be in the later on, we are creating this as a soft link. So we need to set the context level. Now, if you are wondering what is how I can find this the context level, it's very simple. What you can do, you can go to any of the server and find out where www.html. So you will be able to find the context level. Right? That context level we need to set there. Okay, so as per the question, let me go back to the question. So question is saying create a playbook, create a web dev group, and regular permission. So that's that. Up to this we have done. Now the next thing is it should have the symbolic link, content should be there, and all these things. So again, go back to the solution, and here we have the rest of the thing. Let me copy this. And just a minute. I will go at the end and pass it there. Yes, so symbolic link we are creating there, and we are creating index.html as well. And it should be exist on the dev group. Just save the content, come out, and you can run Ansible playbook and the file. Yes. So as per the question, if we try to hit, what are the question there? Server D, we do not have D. So b.example.com/webdev. So let me try to access that as well. CURL curl http://server b.example.com/ what is the name? Webdev. Oh, it's interesting. It's not showing me why it is webdev. Yes. Right? Showing me development. Any questions with this one? Okay, then. Generate a
Why
hard.
there are so many questions regarding on the, I know, like, you know, in IT, a web server is very critical. Why it is has to be so many questions on web server?
Because it's easy to configure the web server.
No, why it has to be Apache, not Nginx? No, it's like all questions on web
Okay,
server.
the
It
thing
has to
is,
be
Apache HTTP is the default package of the Red Hat. Nginx, Tomcat, it needs additional repository, additional package, right? So the idea is you should know how to do the things. That's why the things is be based on the things which are already available in a DVD. Otherwise, they can ask you to download, go to the internet, download the Nginx, download Tomcat, and all those things. Generator playbook.
Is it something like, if you know that, right, in RHCE, we used to take backup of the stg.conf. Is that anything is suggested here? Because if we do something and mess up the file, how will recover?
You are creating from the scratch, Joe. So why we do need to take the back?
Okay.
Right? You get the fresh system and you are creating from the scratch, from the scratch, then why we need to create the configuration? Plus, in any of the question, we have not made any change in the configuration file, if you notice. Then again, we do not need to take any backup at that case as well. Okay, then we have to create another playbook that should produce the output in this file on all of the managed hosts. And it should have the inventory host name, total memory, BIOS version, size of the VDA, size of the VDB. Each line should have the single GIF paired, and means this, just download this hardware.mpt file and save it into /root.report.txt, right? And modify this report.txt with the correct value. So do one by one. So let's download this. So I will go back and wget and http:// what is the name? Server, but in my case it is materials.example.com/ MATE material slash HW report dot txt. HW report dot txt. SW, oh sorry, HW report dot empty. EMPTY. Is it? It should be there. Where www.html. Resolving, it's resolving it, but cannot find this one. Interesting. Oh, okay. Yes, I was giving the wrong path actually. So I have downloaded that. It is blank at this moment. LW report empty is the blank now. Now we need to write the playbook. So playbook is SW report.yml. So vim w get sorry, HW report. HW report.yml. It should be execute on all of the hosts. So let me copy this content. Will tell you what it is actually and paste it in our YML file. It should be on all managed hosts. So I have managed host server A, sorry, not server A, server B, server A, server B, and server C. Task, name, get URI. Okay, I do not need to download it manually. It will download, the playbook will download that as well. And then I will use the copy module, destination, and content. Now, it will download this file in /root/sw report.txt. And in this file, it will have the inventory host name. Now come to the question. Inventory host name. Yeah. And it should have the host name. Then it is asking us for the total memory. So it will fetch the total memory. Then saying BIOS version. It will say the BIOS version.
Should we run the facts and collect all these things?
Yes, it will run the facts automatically.
No, when we want to add these things, we have to run the facts and all.
Means exactly. You will not able to memorize every path, right? So you need to run it first of all, fact in your system, note it down all the path, then update in this file there. I do not have VDA. I have SDA, so I will update their SDA. And I do not have device VDB, so I am going to remove this VDB. I only have VDA, sorry, SDA, right? So these facts, you need to run the facts first of all, and then after note it down all the variables there, then execute that one. Ansible-playbook. Some problem is there. Undefined variable, what it is? Server A, task, undefined variable, dictionary object, SDA. SDA, is it? Oh, yes. SDA, no, not SDA, LSBLK. We have NVMEN. We have NVMEN. Collecting hardware information. Yes. So if you will go sudo cat /root, where is the path? Slash question.
HW report.
HW report. HW report.txt. Yes, it's showing me. Any question with this one? Okay. Next question is for vault. Create Ansible vault to store the user password as follow. The name of the vault should be locker.yml. And the vault contain two variable, pw underscore developer with the value this one, pw manager with the value this one. And the password to encrypt and decrypt the vault is when you wish, means this is the password actually. The password is stored, should be stored in this file. We need to store the password in this file as well. So it's very simple question. We just need to work with a template file. That's not template, vault file. So you can see we will create the vault locker.yml. Sorry. Here it is. And you will give the password whatever defined in your question. I'm giving some random password at this moment. And here it asks me to set the variable, this variable. Let me copy this and paste it at this position. Done. And we need to store the secret there as well. So I will store the secret.txt. We'll store the password there. Done. And then try to check if you will able to see Ansible vault view locker.yml vault vault password file is equal to sec secret.txt. Yes, we are able to see that. That's it. It's very simple question. Okay. Create a user account. Download the list of users to be created. We need to download this file. Okay, so let's do it. Let's download this file. I will go to my system, wget, and download this file. Okay. Then if you will see this, what will happen in this file? Okay, so it has some variables there. Fine. Then using the password vault, home student locker.yml. Okay, we have created the password in this locker.yml. In this exam created in the playbook called user.yml. Okay, we need to create the user.yml playbook where we need to call the password which we have defined there. Okay. And user with the job description, create on managed node in the dev and test host group. Assign the password from pw developer variable. Oh, pw developer variable. But we have p capital pwd. Okay, we'll make modification on any of the place. Either here we will put the capital or here we will change it to a small variable. And the member of the supplementary group is DevOps. The user with the job description manager means here is the job description manager. This is the name. Description is job and name is ops ATM. And create on the manager host prod. We need to create it in the prod host group and assign the password from the PWD manager. And the member of the supplementary should be group of the OPS MGR. And the password should we have in the SHA format. So we need to encrypt those passwords in the SHA format. Right. So it's all about to create the users. That's it. User and group. So if you will go to its solution, scroll it down. So we have already downloaded that. We have the content in this file. We need to create the users.yml. Let me create that first of all. Users.yml. And first of all, let me put it then We'll explain what it name, manager, task. Uh-oh. Job, yes. Okay, so here we are using development and test group, right? Let me go back to the question again. Yes, so what it's saying use this locker.yml. So we're already using this locker.yml and user list.yml. So you are already using this user list.yml. Now create a user with a job description developer. So you can see, first of all, we are creating some of the group because it's asking us to in the DevOps group. So here the DevOps group we are creating. And we do not need ops mgr at this moment for this one, at least. Right? DevOps group. And it will create the group then. Then it's saying to create the user on the manage host dev and test. So dev and test. User with the item name, present, group DevOps, and the password should be PWO. Okay, PW developer. We are in question, we have a small PW, but as we have already using capital PW here, so we are using PW developer and encrypting in the SHA 512. And user item.job developer. So we already have the file downloaded. So if you will see user list, so job developer. So it will create this user on dev and test one. Same in the prod section, we have this user created and all this. Here the group should be only ops mgr, not DevOps. If you create that, there is no any problem with this, but we only need ops mgr. Same thing there, item name, password, user, and the job item is manager. So job item is manager. Right, save this, come out, Ansible-playbook, and run this. Oh, so we need to use vault password file sec secret.txt. Yes. Right. So it created the users based on the job descriptions in their respective host group. Right. These files are already there. We need to download this file and include in this in our playbook. Any questions with this 15th number? Okay. Then 16th question is rekey the Ansible vault. We need to download this file, and the current password is Red Hat. Change it its new password to Red Hat @123, and the vault remains in an encrypted state with the new password. So we need to create the another one to encrypt this file there. So it's simple actually. Again, it's all about the vault file. So first of all, download this, whatever the, let me download this. wget and download this. Then the current password, if I will try to use see salaries.yml, I will not able to see, definitely because it is encrypted. I can use Ansible-vault rekey, Ansible-vault space rekey, and this name. Change the password. Current password is Red Hat. New password is Red Hat @123. So it has been encrypted now. If you will see now, salaries.yml. Oh, sorry. How to verify that? Just try to view with the password Red Hat @123. Yes, we are able to see there. Right? And then we need to store that password in secret.txt. Whatever the file they will ask us. So sec secret.txt. Yes, that's it. Hyphen, you can check here VAULT vault hyphen password hyphen file. What happened? Ansible vault salary unrecognized. Oh, sorry.
Vault,
I
you
type-
put vault.
Yeah. VA. Oh. ULT. Small questions it is. Last question also very small. We need to create the cron job for user Natasha in all node, and the playbook name should be all this thing. It should execute every 2 minutes and execute this logger. This is script logger. Let me copy this. We'll create .cron.yml there. See on cron.yml. Paste it. I will use server A there and saying user. So you can put the user there in Natasha, but we do not have Natasha exist anywhere. So you can use the DevOps there at this moment. And whatever the question, every 2 minutes they are saying, so you can change the name if you want and put the job there. Task is what it is. They are saying they are saying every 2 minutes. So every 2 minutes means */2. It's a syntax of your cron job, simple. And run the command Ansible playbook. That's it. Sudo cron tab -l-u DevOps. Right? Any questions anyone has, please let me know.
Like the examples.com, the things you're downloading, right? That is material that is like comes on this CD or what? I'm little confused where we get this thing. I know you mounted.
Yeah, I have created my own HTTP server and placed all those files, some demo files there.
No, the thing is you will share with us or something.
I will, no problem. Nothing. I can save the file. You can create. You need to create your own HTTP and just place it there. That's it.
Okay.